What makes any of you feel worthy to say that you're righteous, to say that you're moral, to say that you're good or at best decent? What makes you think you have the right to say that when you all are like Prometheus, you steal fire from the gods and the false gods, and you feel that perhaps those gods are being selfish or arrogant, and you feel that there's no harm, there's no wrong in giving fire to humanity. And yeah, perhaps the gods, you could say, were cold. They were too prideful and too arrogant. Sure, but I don't think that humanity deserve to be given fire. And everyone in this world, they behave like Prometheus. They create life. They choose to have children. They choose to bring humanity closer to extinction. A cruel, hopeless, immoral, awful extinction. And if not that, if extinction doesn't come, at best, um, most people that behave like Prometheus, they lead us towards more more holocausts and more wars and more famines and more corruption and evil. And so therefore humanity, in my belief, is completely deserving of being flooded. I believe that God should create another great flood, but that won't happen. But the self righteousness of all these people, even highly moral, highly religious people, that they claim to be righteous of going to the heavens because they do more good than evil. The self righteousness, the lack of conviction, the lack of understanding, what they're capable of, accounting for the fact that even some small wrongdoing can have huge effects. The ignorance and the callousness of these people is repugnant, at best repugnant, and at worst deserving of death. All these people, me, you, all of us. And also, to make it far worse, to make it so much worse, you also include the fact that people ignore, they deny the harsh realities of this world because they don't want to admit that humanity is cruel, that humanity is evil. They don't want to admit that all these evil things, all these awful things go on, and so they have children, they play with fire like Prometheus, and they have no absolute no understanding or no care at all to think about, to consider the consequences of their actions, playing God and creating life in a world that continues to become, in my personal opinion, more and more sinful, more and more evil, more and more unrighteous, unholy. And and as an example, there could be a child that murders their parent because their parent is a abusive, psychotic rapist, and the child gets thrown in prison, and they have their lives ruined for defending themselves, or for fighting, standing up against evil. You people will celebrate God's flood, or you people will celebrate the execution of serial killers, but at the same time you throw stones at the innocent, and it infuriates me. It infuriates me like Zeus. I feel that Zeus, despite his arrogance and his deceptive and at times psychopathic behavior, I feel that Zeus was right and torturing and murdering endlessly Prometheus for his repugnant behavior. You shouldn't give fire to animals. You shouldn't create new life especially when said life forms are highly intelligent and highly volatile, highly susceptible to following evil, to doing evil things, and highly susceptible to suffering and abuse. And the cycle just goes on and on. The ignorance of these people is so immense that they're not deserving of anything other than death. They don't deserve life. I don't think they deserve to suffer, but they simply deserve not to exist. At best, all the decent people in the world at best deserve, well, at worst deserve death. And at best deserve no ability to create, no ability to create new life, to create fire like Prometheus, or give way to new creations, like humanity did when Prometheus gave humanity fire. And I believe that it's all an endless cycle. It's a repeating cycle of chaos and rape and mass murder and war and starvation and poverty and theft. It's an endless cycle. You're passing on the torch of evil, and the humanity won't change. Humanity won't change ever. Our instincts and our emotions are the same as the Australopithecus africanus, predecessors of humanity, or if you don't believe in that, the humans that came about from the mud 5,000-6,000 years ago. They had the same emotions, the same instincts as us. And if you believe in science only, the Australopithecus africanus had the same instincts and the same emotions as we did 3, 4, 500,000 years ago. It's no different. There's no change between us and them other than our intelligence and our ability for self-control. But nonetheless, how long can you control your nature as a psychopath or a sociopath or a human following sociological rules and concepts? How long can you hold off against what others around you do? How long can you go without following in their footsteps? How long can you go without resisting your own desires or evil nature, evil intentions? If you're built that way as a psychopath, how long can you go before you do wrong or evil? And then it creates a domino effect. The ability for humanity to adapt, change, evolve, beyond its current, immoral state, I think is nearly impossible. I don't think that we're going to evolve beyond our own instincts and emotions, since I guess you could say in a way that gives humanity its free will. If God gave humanity its free will to prove to humanity that we need God in order to be good, to not suffer, to not kill and rape and ruin everything. If God gave us our free will for that reason, then therefore we need God, or well, that's kind of it in my opinion. We need God, but also we need not to exist. We need not to have children, because each new generation that is created is more sinful, more callous, more ignorant and denying of the evil in this world. People don't want to know. They want to ignore it, deny it. The children next door being murdered or raped or enslaved. People want to deny the poverty, the homelessness, the violence all around them, and the ignoring of such things and the victimization of people is what makes said victims become evil inevitably. It's always the victims that become even worse than the perpetrators. It's always the victims that, in my opinion, justifiably become horrifically monstrous in their nature and their behaviors. People like Adam Lanza, like Adolf Hitler, like Stalin, victimized people inevitably become perpetrators of horrific evil. And it's no wonder why Zeus, in his wisdom and also arrogance, decided torture and kill Prometheus for eternity, and I think that was deserving, considering that Prometheus was also a thief and manipulative himself, and foolish in his actions, just as humanity is. We're intelligent, but we're also foolish and erratic. And you give an ape, the power to do what it wants, and the ape gets angry. It mutilates, another ape or a human or some other animal. It mutilates and tortures and kills that animal. The higher the intelligence, the more cruel and brutal a life form becomes. And intelligence, along with instincts and in particular emotions and higher intelligence, leads to far more horrific consequences for that individual and all the other life forms around. It always ends bad. And in my opinion, because of all that I've said, there's a complete and absolute justification for the complete annihilation of the entire human race, which is why I would not stand against the Antichrist or some being like that wishes to slaughter all of humanity. It's a sort of anti-hero, somewhat noble cause, in my opinion, to do so. To sacrifice yourself, to sacrifice your happiness, your peacefulness, in order to stop the fire from spreading, in order to stop Prometheus, aka humanity, from doing evil, from suffering anymore. So yeah, that's my justification for the extinction of humanity, and for the rise of the Antichrist and his deception and complete annihilation of nearly the entire human race, after the rapture occurs, future tense. So anyway, with all that being said, tell me what you think about what I've said in the comments section down below. Like and subscribe, and also see my other videos. I like to make philosophical ranting videos like this all the time, so check them out.